I had never heard much of diabetes until Margaret was diagnosed, and she was very ill. And to me, diabetes, all I knew about it was needles, a shot, and insulin. But you really learn fast when it happens to you.
My sister Margaret was diagnosed at age 26 in a pregnancy and has had type 1 ever since. And my son Jack was diagnosed when he was a sophomore in high school at age 16, and it was just a complete shock both times. You know, we never thought another person would get it. Of course, we never thought one would get it, and then, you know, it was just an absolute shock when another member of the family came down with it.
It's been very hard on my husband and my daughter. Particularly my daughter started out having to deal with that when she was probably 7 or 8, and she found me unconscious on the sofa. The last thing I remember is just being very, very sweaty and not being able to move and just kind of passing out. And so that's how they found me, and they couldn't wake me up. And I think it really scared her.
Lily is my firstborn grandchild, and she is so precious to me. My wife is a diabetic, but she is type 2. So when this came about, it just, excuse me, it devastated us. And my son thought his daughter was gonna die.
Alex was 7 years old, and when he was first diagnosed, he was at school, and I was called to get him because he had thrown up. And I was thinking maybe it was just something, virus or something that a child would normally have, but it ended up being diabetes. It changed our lives totally.
I check my blood sugar about 7 times a day. But because of all the in-betweens and everything, and I give myself insulin about 5 times a day. So in that pump that I have right here, I get a little drip of insulin each hour so my blood sugar keeps regulated.
Lily gets about 6 finger pricks a day, and she gets maybe 4 shots a day. Nana will say, Lily, I've got to prick your finger. You can prick my finger too. So she does, and they play that little game.
I think that's one thing about diabetes, is they look fine. So you don't know what they have to do to be fine each day. And there's a lot to it. And even when you do all the right things, things don't go right some days. And you can't really figure out what you've done wrong, even if you try your best. It's just walking a tightrope every single day.
My dream for Alex's future is to be able to live without him having to worry about, will I live to graduate? Will I live to marry and have children? That's my dream, for him to be able to live his life to the fullest. That juvenile diabetes didn't take it, that old age took it. That's my dream.
Every night for like my whole life that I've had diabetes, 4 years or 5 years, I have prayed for a cure, and hopefully soon my prayers will come true and there'll be a cure.
A cure would just be freedom. For him, it would be freedom, you know, from what he has to do. I'm sorry. And for me, it'd be freedom from worry. It'd just be, you know, I'd just be so happy. And JDRF, you know, has been a wonderful vehicle for my husband and me to fight back.
We must keep supporting it and keep this move going, because the cure is going to come from JDRF, I'm sure.
I think that people should contribute to JDRF because they will be helping me and everybody else who has diabetes, plus their relatives and friends and just everybody. They can be walking down the street and be like, do you know this person has diabetes? Oh no, they don't have diabetes anymore. And that will be a miracle to have that happen.